Hi, everyone, and welcome to the season 2 of the Emazing Tennis Podcast. In this season, I will be interviewing a lot of coaches and a lot of players that have been on tour or are on tour currently and their insights and experiences of what it is to be on a professional tour. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode. Today, for a guest, we have Marina Zanevska. She's Ukrainian-born Belgian former professional tennis player. She retired a year ago at the US Open was her final match. She has a career high singles ranking of world number 62 achieved in May of 2022 and doubles ranking of 86. She has played tennis for 22 years. She won 2 junior Grand Slam doubles titles, Roland Garros and US Open. She was Roland Garros doubles quarterfinalist in 2022. She has retired. She has her own candle business right now. She's going to talk about her struggles with injuries also when she was on tour and why she stopped playing professionally, and then overcoming some challenges once she stopped playing, building her own new business. Just such a great person, great personality, and I hope you guys will enjoy this podcast. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode. And we have Marina with us today. Welcome, Marina. Thank you so much for taking your time and being a guest on my podcast today.
Hi, Ema. Thank you so much for inviting, and hello everyone. Looking forward to this coffee
me
talk.
too. Me too. I think it's gonna be fun because I haven't seen you in so long. God, how long has it been? I don't even know.
Quite a lot. I mean, we played juniors, right?
Yeah,
I
we played
was
in juniors because we're the same age, right? You're 92,
93, yeah.
93, yeah.
So yeah,
So
like we played juniors.
so we, but I went off to college. So that's when like the things, once I went to college, I kind of went the other way, the US route. But did you ever go to college or no?
No, like from the very early age, and then I always knew that I'm
Play
going
pro.
pro, or I would say maybe my parents and my team knew that I'm going pro. So I was just following this. So, and I mean, the juniors were going very well for me. So I was kind of like planning on going higher.
Yeah. And you went from Ukraine to Belgium when you were 11, right?
Yes, I left Ukraine when I was 11 for basically to practice somewhere else. And I was in Germany, then in America. Then I got to Belgium, and there where I spend most of my time. So yeah, I've been always like just trying to find the place where to practice. It was always for my tennis. I mean, that was a not easy part because, living home is never easy, but in one moment you have to do that for your dreams, right?
Exactly. Well, we'll go back to that, to your beginnings. Let's bring it back to the present, okay? So when did you stop exactly? When did you retire exactly officially?
So my last match officially was last year at US Open.
Okay.
So that's almost like 11 months without
Yeah.
tennis. And I actually played for the first time like a week ago. I didn't play any tennis. I didn't want to see tennis. I didn't want to watch tennis, like, and now with a little bit of Olympics, watching it, I was so inspired by sport, athletes, emotions. And then I'm like, oh, I actually started missing it. Like, and I just asked a friend and like, let's go and play. But that was the first time, and it was quite emotional because I did enjoy just to hit the ball, without any expectation, just to have fun. I think I forgot what is this.
So, yeah, that's so interesting. You say because it's your identity, it's who you are, like you played so long. But why did you stop? Was it an injury or just you had enough?
So I had a problem with my back. I had this pain for last 4 years. So of my career, but the last two were really heavy. Which is actually interesting part because this was my best years on tour, where I hit the top 100 and did my best results. But at the same time, it was the most suffering years of my career, and I played only on painkillers. And then, I mean, I didn't miss a match without a painkiller. And I had to manage lots. Like, I had really lots of pain. And when I hit the point where I was sleeping badly because of pain, I couldn't sit, I couldn't stand long, I couldn't laugh, I couldn't sneeze. It's like funny, but simple things. But I had so much pain. So in one moment I was like, okay, I think it's time to step away from tennis. In my case, I had like a luxury retirement because it was not the one moment injury, boom, you can't play anymore. I was slowly preparing myself for that. And I took officially, I kind of took a decision that I will stop. It was last year, the same year I stopped, but in March. So it was right after Indian Wells, Miami. I arrived there and I didn't. We arrived there like 5-6 days before the tournament starts, and I didn't play even once. I couldn't. I had another injury with my foot and a back problem, and then Indian Wells, Miami was like disaster. I really didn't enjoy, and I couldn't work. I couldn't play. I was just, and then it was a moment it really hit me. So it was not a decision of one night, but it took me a while. And then I was like, okay, I think it's time. And when I stopped, the first 3 months was probably the most difficult, personally for me, because I had to stop taking the painkillers. And this is the moment when I realized actually how much I have pain. And that was a tough times. I was really addicted to painkillers. And then in one moment I was like, okay, we had to go through this. And thankfully now I am much better. I am I don't have any pain in my life, like normal life, but it just since few months I start to have really improvements.
Okay.
But I'm working a lot towards my to stay healthy.
Overall health. I think I saw you're doing yoga or something, or is that all?
Yeah, so I actually when I was in the end of a career, I was like, when I stop tennis, I will never go to the gym. I will never see sport. I don't want to see that. It's enough in my life.
Okay.
And I was for 1 month, I didn't go to the gym, I didn't do anything, but my body was killing me.
Oh,
Was
yeah.
not only about my back, but also all my body, my knees, my ankles, my
Oh, yeah.
everything started to hurt. And I was like, okay, probably I need to go to the gym. So since, yeah, as I said, 11 months, I'm having my routines. I do 3 times a week, gym sessions, 2 times a week, physio treatments, and I found yoga. So I found a good balance where I'm not pushing too much for it. Mentally to do everyday gym, probably not ready yet, but every second day. And I started to feel, when I started to feel much better, I started to be more motivated because I'm like, okay, it works. So yeah, I was quite patient to this moment. I remember the moment when I got a good team here, and just I'm now in Germany living in
Okay.
Düsseldorf, and
Okay.
I got a good team. And the physio asked me so what is your goal? When I came, I said, I'm like, I want to sleep without pain. That's only my goal, because in the beginning they thought maybe I want to have a comeback,
Okay.
after and I'm like, I just want to sleep without pain. And when I said this, she was like, oh wow, okay, it's like a challenge.
Yeah.
For you,
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah. And
So yeah, it was a long way. I'm still keep on working on it. So
yeah, it is because I mean, as a professional athlete, you cannot just like stop and be like, okay, I'm not like, you have to maintain your body, even if you come back or you don't come back, you have to maintain it and um, prevent or whatever is happening. But that's like, so what was exactly with your back? Do you know? Like, was it something like, is it your low back or upper back or like, what was it exactly?
it's a little bit of mix of few problems. And basically, I had a problem with my L5S1, so it's the lower part of
Mm-hmm.
the back. Having like a full protrusion
Yeah.
between the discs. There
Mm-hmm.
is nothing, like it just completely smashed. And on MRI, it looks really nice. My spine is like super good. And then the physio told me like, "What did you do? It just like smashed." So, and then I have like type of a scoliosis and a little bit of my sacrum is also shifted on a
Okay.
wrong spot. It's like in a simple way to describe, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so all of these three things, it was bringing me. Yeah, I was always unbalanced,
Yeah.
and because of this pain, I couldn't work properly for the last
Yeah.
few years. So my idea was always to be pain free for the match, but just to kind of recover, try to be
Yeah.
good, just to save my
Yeah.
body. And
Yeah.
that was also a problem because you need to work on your body to, to remove your some injuries.
Yeah.
So that was a tough part because you know how it is in tennis. You run week after week after week after week, points. I don't know, like it's it's a very exhausting sport, and you never have time. I mean, you
Yeah.
can have time if you
But
decide
you
to take a
lose.
break.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But we players like, oh no, I have to run after the tournament. I need to like win points. I need to go,
Mm-hmm.
go, go. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's like
It's a constant battle. It's a constant challenge to find the balance. And it's really tough doing it week in, week out and taking care of your body and a million other things. But your injury now, like, is it something like, first of all, and I'm sorry if I'm bringing this up, but I'm just like asking, I'm just curious, out of my curiosity, do you have a protected ranking or you just stopped completely?
yes, I did protect. I have 124, I think.
And how does that
Uh,
work with protected ranking for all the listeners that don't understand what the protected ranking is? How
so
long can you have
basically,
it?
you can, as I know, as I think, I'm not sure about this, but you can protect your ranking if you're in top 350.
Okay.
Mm, but this I'm not sure, but which is I think really ridiculous. I think you have to be allowed to protect at any ranking.
Yeah.
So maybe, but this is what I remember from
Okay.
previous
From
years,
before, yeah.
and I can basically come back within 2 years. So I have to. You have 2 years,
Oh, I see.
but if you're protecting ranking because you're having a baby, you have 3 years, as I
Oh,
remember.
interesting. Interesting.
So if I would want to come back, I have to do it before the end of the next year.
Oh, you're coming back for sure.
That's everyone telling me, It's
I
when I
feel
start
it.
to.
I don't know why I feel it. I just feel it. I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but I'm calling it. You'll come back. Today's video is sponsored by Lucky in Love. Gone are the days of ladies' golf and tennis apparel that all look the same. Lucky in Love is ushering in a new age. The high end women's apparel brings options fit for the modern, expressive woman. Partake in the ultimate luxury and shop Lucky in Love for your new favorite fashion items for women and use code EB20 to get 20% of your next purchase.
Well, okay. Today I'm not coming back, but we'll see. We'll see.
Today, no. I mean, it's just like, it's so tough because it reminds me, I stopped early though. Like I stopped December 2016 and I was like 400 in singles, 140 in doubles. And I only played a year after college, right? So like, but, and it's a long story. It was like some personal things, but like, and I was like you, I was done with tennis. I didn't want to like look at it on the TV. I didn't want to play. I didn't want anybody to tell me anything about tennis. I was like, I'm done. I'm done, right? And then as the time was going by, like, and I started coaching because just little things. But then, you start missing it more and more. And you're like, you feel like, if you feel like you have something more in you to give to the sport, I mean, with you, it's different. You played your whole life and you're maybe ready for your next chapter. You have a new business. We're going to talk about that as well. You're married. You have different goals in life, right? You've put your heart and soul in it. In the tennis, for me, was like very short amount of time. So I felt like,
Mhm.
okay, I want more, right? That's why I'm coming back now,
I understand. Yeah.
after 8 years. But the thing is, I've lived that normal life for all these years, and I had two kids, and I've worked. I had the stability. I've had it all, like, of the normal life. What a lot of when I speak to a lot of tennis players, they're like, "Oh, I just want to be home. I just want to, like, have my life and have." But that, like, you can always have that. It's never too late for that. Like you can always, when you're 40, when you're 45, you can always have that normal life. You can have kids. You can, but like this time that you have now, these years to play the sport
Mm-hmm.
that you love and to do what you love, yeah, it's tough. Of course, it's tough. But it's tough later in life too. You just have your different toughs, you know how they say it, or different
You
hearts,
totally understand. Yeah.
like it just like, and we're all different. I i am not like, a lot of people are like, why are you doing this now? Like, I have to start from zero. I don't have a protector. I don't have anything. Like, I have to start from zero playing 15 Ks at against 16-year-olds and like doing all these things as a 31-year-old. But I don't care. That's my journey, that's my path, and I want to end it when I'm like, okay, I'm done. I have nothing in me
Mm-hmm.
more to give. I am done. But I met this woman last year at the Miami Open, and she stopped when she was 29. She was different story. She's top 30 in the world. But she stopped at 29, had two boys like me, and she kind of was like, Emma, if you have a little bit desire in you that you want to play, she's like, go for it, because she's 50 years old now. She's like, you'll you'll regret it later. You're not gonna have this peace in your head, because you will always question yourself, what if I
Yeah.
played, and for me, it's like I just want to have a peace with myself. And I'm not like telling you this to like tell you to go back and play. Like maybe you're at a point where you're like, I'm done. I'm ready for the next chapter in my life. But I know like a lot of players like get burnt out and they think like their life is gonna be better if they're doing something else. Yes, it's easier, right? It's easier and it's more stable and it's nice, but at the same time, like, I don't know.
Well, when I saw, I mean, I've wrote you a message earlier that saying because I was not following you, and then I got on your
Yeah,
page, and then I
yeah.
was like, oh, wait, Em, I know you, and then we were like, I was just following your stories and your like really cool page, and then your story, and that you're coming back. And I was like, oh my god, I'm already number one fan of you. So
Oh,
what is like you for sure when the person wants something, like we live once, like whatever, doesn't matter who what they will say, because there will be always someone will say something. But definitely I'm more like you better regret after doing it than regretting of not doing it. Better don't regret at all. But I
Yeah,
mean, I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah.
just just go, just try, and then you see. The thing for me, many people were asking me like, most of people say you will come back. In the beginning, I was like, no way, no. And then it was for a while, for a long time. Now I say no, I'm not coming back because I feel good where I am.
Yeah.
But I'm not, if I protect the ranking, meaning I didn't close the door completely.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Who
But
knows? Yeah.
we will see. But the thing is that I didn't want to see tennis. I don't even want to coach because I've had some propositions on different levels and to coach different levels. And I'm like, no, not yet. Maybe I will get back to that point. But I had so much pain that when I was going through those first 3 months, I have like a room with all my trophies, pictures, and I was waking up during the night because of the pain, and I was crying, and I was just like standing in front of those trophies, and I was like, I want to give back all these trophies. I want to forget this tennis life, but please bring me my health. I want
Yeah.
to sleep normally. I want just to be a normal person without pain.
Yeah.
So I was hating so much tennis, and it was hurting me because that was all my life. And with the time, I had to work mentally on it, obviously, to make sure that my health is getting better. And
Mm-hmm.
now I see the result. Now I'm living better life. And now I'm like so thankful for every single day in tennis life. So I'm super happy that I have this career. And if I would have another life, I would repeat it again. Even
Good.
though I know I'm going to break my back. But in the beginning, yeah, I had quite like tough times.
No, I'm sure. I'm sure it's so tough, but like I think it's very good the way you're doing it and you're going through this process of like acceptance, and you have to find peace with that within yourself. And at the end of the
Yeah,
day, like doesn't matter who tells you what, or like the answer inside of you, you know what you want, and you have your feeling. And my advice is that you should always stick to that and follow that instead of trying to listen to, at the end of the day, we live you live your life, I live my life. It doesn't matter for you if I mm, play or not, or for me, like me, I'll support you, right? But like at the end of the day, we're all living our own lives, and if you find that peace within yourself, that's, I think, the most important thing. And whatever it is for you, like right
yeah,
now
I
it's
agree.
this. And so you are okay. So can you tell me a little bit about your business now, what you're doing, and how did you get into it?
Well, that's a little bit like for most of people is like, what? Why? Because I'm having my candle brand.
Okay.
So I am creating the soy wax candles in different shape and different jars, and yeah, and but I started this when I was still playing tennis.
Okay.
Well, it was a COVID. And during quarantine, we all were doing something, learning cooking, doing different courses for it, and I was doing a lot of those courses. And I did candles, but as a just for fun, just a hobby. And I really loved doing it because for me it was kind of my yoga time, my meditation. Um, and when I was, it was a tough times back to that time. I was not certain about tennis. Then the world stopped, and there was some stressful moments. So
Yeah.
obviously, this was helping me just to be in my peaceful moment.
Mhm.
This is where I started, and then on the same time, I was doing the digital Google digital marketing course.
Okay.
And I was like, maybe I can mix, like, taking together, my
Yeah.
knowledge there and there. And I just decided to make an online shop, website, and the Instagram. And so I was doing it just like, more for fun as a hobby and just a little
Mm-hmm.
bit income. Um, and then basically, when I finished tennis, I was into it a little bit more and more and more, and I just love it. So I'm learning a lot about it, just how to actually running a business and how to promote it, how to communicate with customers, how
Yeah.
to do different things. So it's interesting. It's a project I love. I'm into. So we'll see where it will bring me. Mm, it's totally different to tennis,
Yeah. Well, I wanted to
but
ask you if there's similarities because as a tennis player, you're kind of like an entrepreneur of your tennis career. So here you're an entrepreneur of a business. So what are similarities and what are the differences? Do you think tennis has helped you in some ways? And like what
uh,
are the things that you need to learn now?
for sure, yeah. Because I remember back a few years ago, my coach was always telling me, like, Marina, tennis is your business. Like, you have to
Yeah.
just run your own business. And there's lots of similarity. Like, basically, you need to have a plan.
Yeah.
You need to set a goal, to make a plan, to adjust to many things, to um, to have a communication. To learn, because there will be fails.
Yeah.
I mean, there were fails, and then basically how you back up. How you learn from it, the discipline, the structure. There's lots of similar things
Mm-hmm.
to run. I think it doesn't matter which business you will have. There is
Yeah.
always um, the similar stuff to each other.
Yeah.
So it helped me. Like, tennis definitely helped me, mm, for now, for candles or any business I will have in future.
Yeah. Yeah, anything in your life, like you say, the biggest thing is the discipline, the managing time, the communication, I mean, so many things. And
Mm,
it's nonstop. I mean, if you're driven, if you want to do something with your life, right? You have people that like don't care. They're like, okay, whatever, I just move on. But like I feel like if you're driven and passionate about something, and that's amazing that you found that. Like I love that. Like for me, like people always ask me, like, I mean, I even got into tennis coaching after. I have a business accounting degree, but I don't want to do anything with that. But like, I don't know. Like, I want to stay in tennis. I love podcasts. I love talking. I love like these things like this. I feel like I'll always stay in that. But I don't
yeah.
like for you. It's cool that you found the candles, right? That like so random, but it's something that makes you happy and you're learning about it and you're growing your business. And it's not easy, especially when you're starting small. It's just you doing all of that. And
You
eventually maybe
know
it will
what
grow.
what I've been struggling with is, um, my tennis was so big. Like, it was a great career. If to talk
Mm-hmm.
about, I've been on the top of the top, playing on the top
Yeah,
tournaments.
yeah.
So one of the best players. But then starting something new, you kind of
Mm,
starting from scratch, from zero.
yeah,
And then when people were asking me, like, so who are you? What do you do? And it was so tough for me in the beginning. Like,
yeah,
yeah, I make candles. Like, I was shy about it.
yeah,
I had to
yeah.
work on it because I am talking about my tennis career with a pride, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like, wow, there's
Yeah.
such a big story.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but afterwards, I realized, okay, and it's never too late to start something new.
Mm-hmm.
And if you really want to, if you really love it, if you really enjoy it, if you have really like some goal, why not? So
Exactly.
But in the
Exactly.
beginning, yeah, I was like, oh, candles, I don't know.
Yeah. Because then we go back to that, like, oh, where are the people gonna think, oh, she's making candles now, like, or it's in your head, oh, I'm just making candles. Like, no, you need to take pride in it. You need to take ownership in it. It's your business. And you need to be so proud of it. You're putting so much work and it's amazing. And you're just gonna keep growing it like everything in life. You need to put work, you need to put your confidence in. And as long as you love it, I mean, that's the most important. Today's episode is sponsored by MatchSet. MatchSet is an amazing company that provides players with incredible equipment and apparel. With MatchSet, equipment does matter and they make sure it won't slow you down. Use code Tennis with Emma to get 10% of Match Tennis today.
I mean, also like in tennis, I was not having it right away. It took me
Exactly.
20 years to finally make it.
Yes. Yes. I mean, that's the journey. You gotta enjoy the process, embrace the journey. No, it's gonna take time. But what was your favorite what was your favorite Grand Slam that you played and why?
Mm, usually, we say that the one where we're playing well, you
Yeah,
know,
where we have the best
um,
result.
yeah, like, but I would say I was always saying Australia Open
Really?
because um, there are a few things. First of all, Australia Open always starts in the beginning of the season, and
Yeah.
you're doing this tough, crazy, like
Yeah.
struggling 6 weeks of hard trainings, and you're
Yeah.
just looking forward to leave. And
Yeah.
also, most of the time I was in Europe, so
Mm.
December, and then it's winter, it's cold, terrible weather,
Yeah.
and so like starting the year with the sunshine, it was a beautiful country, like it was maybe one of the reasons is this, but as well, Australia Open, they are always treating the
Mm.
you hear me? Yes,
I
sorry.
lost you.
Um,
Okay, so you
uh,
said I lost you when you said Australian Open was always what? So I can keep going, come back.
always treating the players the same. I would say, yeah. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, for the top players, there's always
Yeah.
more benefits. But I just sometimes, like, for example, in Wimbledon, I remember there's even a joke around the players when you come for accreditation and they
Uh-huh.
ask you, are you a main draw or a qualifier?
Uh-huh.
Like, no, are you a player or a qualifier, So
Uh-huh.
I'm
So
like,
you're
no,
not a
I'm a player.
player, you're
I'm
qualified.
a player, yeah. And in Australia Open, they always come up every year with some new gifts. They started to give this more benefits for the players, more
Okay.
help. They start,
Okay.
to pay for the flight tickets, for
Oh,
the
nice.
different for the then afterwards it was they paid like for a coach's room as well.
Oh, wow,
And
okay.
then they were like the more improving the prize money. So they were doing a lot for the players at
Okay.
any level. And yeah, just you always felt welcome there, no
Yeah.
matter who you are, which player you are. So I would
That's
say this.
important.
But afterwards, every Grand Slam is special,
I know. You see, that's why my dream is to play at all four Grand Slams, right? Like I only played Australian Open juniors. That's all. I never played anything else. So
Okay.
my dream is just to literally show up, be a qualifier. I don't even care. Whatever it is, doubles, I just want to experience that. Um, I don't know, but because I feel like that's those experiences are just so amazing. So just keep your fingers crossed for me that maybe in a year or two I can do something.
But I would say you need to aim higher than
Oh,
just to
really?
show up, because
Okay.
then because I feel like with already putting, I just want to show up, you're already putting
Downgrading. Yeah.
yourself in the box,
Yeah.
which you might, um, yeah, like sometimes, when I had
Yeah.
this problem all my career,
Yeah.
but the farther we put our vision, the best it is for us, because then we are not locking ourselves in the box where we don't believe we can do that or that.
I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Aim high, big goals. You have to. You're so right. But like, I was just listening to a podcast about somebody saying something similar, and like, they're saying like, try to touch it, like, feel your dream, feel like you're already there or you're there, right? But I always have this like, am I actually good enough? Okay, can I do it? But I'm like, Emma, you know deep inside of you that you can, otherwise you wouldn't be doing this, right? Like, I know I have the
Mm-hmm.
level in my game, but it's like I need to really like dig deep and work on that confidence,
Yeah, that's
because
big
just so
subject.
much doubt, like, oh, am I old enough? Not old enough. Definitely old enough. Like, am I too old? Like, but I'm like, I'm not. I feel great. I mean, yes, I do have pain in my body, but whatever. I know I can for sure play next like 3, 4, 5 years, you know? But and I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But thanks for saying that, because I think that's important in anything in your life, right? Like, it's not just in tennis, in anything
Exactly.
in
I
life,
mean,
right?
this is what I as well keep telling myself. For example, even with my candles, sometimes I'm like, okay, we will see where it will bring me.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, no, I want my candles in the best shopping mall,
Yes.
in Düsseldorf,
Yes. Yeah.
making it more international. And then,
Yeah.
yeah, I have a goal, I have a dream, I have a plan. I have to
Mm-hmm.
do my best, and
Yes.
I'm doing my best. And there
Yes.
are lots of things could happen and you will not achieve it. But you need to put yourself in this
Yeah.
situation where you will give all chances
Oh,
to succeed.
yes. Yeah. Oh my God. I feel like, Marina, we have so much to talk about. Like, I didn't even touch any questions, but I'm looking at the time. I have my next guest in 10 minutes and we're running behind, but I definitely I want to do another episode with you, and we will. This is my season 2 where I'm interviewing only the players, because in my season 1 it was everyone. Now I'm doing only players, but I really want to talk more in depth about your experience as a player on tour, mental challenges and all that. And I did not touch anything, and we need to close it out. I'm just going to ask you the final question, because I do have to go. Um it's going to be, like, what's the biggest lesson that you have learned in your tennis career? Like, what's something that your coach has told you? um I mean, it can be a few of them, but something that has stuck in your head, maybe from childhood, a coach has told you something, or something at a tournament. What has stuck with you?
Mm, yeah, it's a very, I would say, it's an easy question. I mean, because there are lots of answers, because actually it just can be a lot of answers.
Yeah.
Because the tennis generally, like, I've played tennis for 22 years, and basically you can have a lesson every single day, every
Mm-hmm.
single match, every single training. It just depends, of course, how you're taking it. My
Yeah.
problem was, unfortunately, I didn't take lessons when I was younger. And I think this is actually one of those lessons that, um, I've been always so focused on winning. Like, if you win, you are okay. That's the most important. If you lose, that's it. It's the end of the world. And as a junior, like when I played, was under like 14, then under 18, the juniors, and I played well. Like, I had good results. But this idea was always that, you if you win, okay, that's normal. If you lose, that's the end of the world. And that was just killing me. And I wish, that I would start to do this earlier, but to take a lesson from losing. Because actually, this is where is the biggest growth would be.
Yeah.
And so with the years, I started to take lessons, but obviously, in the very beginning, it was a bit not the way how I wish.
Yeah.
But generally, yeah, like with it's like nothing really comes like right away, but.
But no, but that's
Hmm.
good. That's good. I think that's already like so important that as cheesy as it is, as simple as it is, it's true
Yeah,
because
I
I think
mean,
a lot of people can relate with that. We focus so much on the outcome instead of the process, and you want it now. You want the wins now, and if it's not, it's like, and you're not learning anything from it. Even
yeah.
yeah,
I know I have a brother and he's older, like 5 years old, and he used to play professional football. And uh, he was, kind of a wall, like protection wall between me and my parents, because my parents always, like being, need better, and then if you lose a match, it's the end of the world. If you win, it's normal. This is, also the mentality of which used to be in the family. But and he was always telling them and telling me, like, Marina, please just take every single match and
yeah,
just build the house, build your base,
yes, yes,
because you
yeah,
need to prepare for
yeah,
the world, for this pro tour. And
yes,
as many lessons, as many, basically, as many stones you're going to have, bridge by
yes,
bridge,
yes,
the
brick
better
by brick. Yeah,
house you will have in the future in your pro tour.
yes,
But of course, I've been way too focused on here and now on this match.
yeah,
And now looking back, I'm like, it
mm,
just doesn't matter. It doesn't
yeah,
matter now.
yeah,
Why? And I was losing so much energy, health.
yes,
I
yeah,
didn't enjoy it. It's like,
yes, yeah. I know.
but you understand this with the times, I think, when you get more mature.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah,
It all comes with time, and experiences. And yeah, I love that. And thank you so much for sharing that. And I'm gonna schedule another one sometime September, October with you because I want to talk to you so much more. But we do need to close it out. And I just want to tell you thank you again for being here
thank you,
today.
Emma.
And whatever you decide to do, you have my full support. And I know whatever you do, you're going to be amazing at it. So good luck.
And I'm cheering for you. So
Thank you.
just do it,
Thank you. I
just do
appreciate it.
it.
Just do it.
I thought it simply. My coach was always telling me, like in a joke way, but in a simple way. He's like, Marina, tennis is simple. All you need to do is to put the yellow ball over the net in the lines, just one more than your opponent. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's all.
So
That's all. Thanks, coach.
that's the best advice, right?
Yeah, perfect. Thanks. Simple. Just gotta go and do it right now. But
Enjoy.
thank you. Thanks so much.
Well, I'm looking forward to next time,
Yes,
because I'm sure we have lots of things to talk
so
about.
much. Okay. Well, enjoy the rest of your day and we'll keep in touch.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for supporting and listening to our podcast. Make sure to follow us on social media.
And be sure to listen to next week's episode of the Emazing Tennis Podcast.